Nicholas here from LeapBridge, and thanks for watching this next video. It's intended to be a brief overview, and we can also go into more detail on a call or by email or with a more in-depth presentation if you'd like. But this is just to show you how we use highly targeted billboard ads for the electric vehicle niche. So we're talking about paid advertising at the top of the first page of Google. And we'll be showing you how we get perfect ads to get the leads you want at the lowest possible cost. And I'll introduce you to our proprietary method, which we spent money developing. It's actually a software which we've developed over a few years to enable us to go beyond what Google can offer us within their interface. And I'll tell you more about that towards the end. So we'll cover how you will not get burned, how you'll not waste spend on Google Ads or SEO or on Facebook. Instead, you'll generate highly relevant clicks and you'll pay less than your competitors. And we'll show you why that's the case, manipulating Google's algorithm and actually being the best client of Google. How to guarantee you get the highest leads possible. So we'll show you the methods behind it. And we'll show you what your competitors are already doing, which is allowing them to keep spending month after month on Google without burning through their budget. And at the end, I'll show you how you can put this into action now at zero risk, pay per lead, and have a risk-free trial. And you can be doing this while you explore other avenues such as SEO. I want to start with billboard ads. They work, but at a cost. So this ad is for a plumber, and someone may look at it and take no notice of it, and in fact most people probably won't. And that is a huge cost, because at £500 we'd expect to get a little bit more value for our advertising, and yet people still continue to pay for billboard ads. In fact, it's up to $6.95 with JCDecaux for a paper ad for 2 weeks. Why are they so expensive? Well, the people behind billboard ads see high traffic flow as meaning a more expensive advertising space to sell. So Piccadilly Circus gets £727 a week for a paper billboard ad due to the high footfall. And in Cricklewood, slowest moving road in the UK, is also expensive because it has more eyeballs on ads. But where does relevancy come into all this? Well, it really doesn't. So the majority of people driving past these ads, for example on the motorway, they are completely irrelevant. So with all these people, if we look at people's needs, which is what we're really looking at, how many of these people need a plumber or whatever it is we're advertising here? This person may need a chiropractor, this person may need a landscape gardener, this person may need a plumber. And of all these people, though, how many realistically need a plumber at that point in time? So looking at this concept of billboard ads, what if we could funnel traffic down avenues where we only show ads for plumbers to people looking for plumbers? So we direct all the plumber traffic down here and we show them an ad for a plumber. Well, that obviously make the ads more relevant. What if we could do that in more depth? What if all the people coming into this neighborhood were looking for a plumber, but then within that we direct people down a specific street which shows ads relating to what service they require that the plumber offers? So people down here may need a plumber for a leaking pipe. People down here may need a plumber for a block drain, and so on. Well, this can actually be done, and we can do this within Google to a certain extent. So if we look at this case study, this is for a client who's an estate agent. So we've looked at people who are looking for an estate agent, then we further broken it down into a specific service that they want us to promote, which is getting people's houses on the market with this estate agent. So they're not looking at pitching homes which they have for sale, they're not looking at pitching rentals, they're only interested in finding new leads to sell their homes with them, with this estate agent. And so within Google, we've been able to use a method to set this up in such a way that we only show the most relevant ad to a person looking to sell their home who's typing in a very specific keyword phrase. So I won't go into all of how this works now, but we have campaigns set up for, say, general terms in Milton Keynes, for home valuation in Milton Keynes, and we've done that for other locations as well this estate agent's based in. And then within that, we've tried to narrow down to specific search terms, and we put each search term within its own ad group, so it's micromanaged down to this level. And then within each ad group, we show a specific ad tailored to that keyword phrase which is being typed into Google. Then when we've done that, we'll take them to a page where we'll capture their information. So they're already a qualified lead at this point, almost. But then we have these forms which we've generated, which we've proven time and time again after tweaking them that this particular setup works really well. Best practice, drip-fed questions with a completion bar to reduce bounce rate. Obviously this isn't for our estate agent client, this is for somebody else. But it's really capturing very valuable data about this lead and then communicating that on to you. This is just a brief thing about how typical online traffic highways work. Somebody who's looking for a plumber, they may type plumber in New York, and then within that we'll actually show them an ad which is specific to where they're located. So they might be located in Brooklyn, and we'll pair up all of these keywords to that person. So we'll be showing ads for all of these keywords that we predict that this person, that people looking for a plumber in Brooklyn may type in. Where do we get these keywords from? Well, a lot of it's based on existing spend that we have with Google, so we know what people are typing in. We've spent thousands of pounds with Google, so we know what people are putting in at the other end. And also we've developed software again which will predict what we think people are going to be typing in, as well as just using a bit of brain power to be imaginative about what people may be typing to find your service. This is very important. These long phrases such as heating plumber near me or emergency plumber Brooklyn, in fact that's just a medium length phrase. This is really important. If we look at this here, the highest cost and the highest competition keywords is something like shoes. It's a very basic search for somebody who doesn't really know at this point what it is exactly that they're looking for. Whereas if we target somebody down here in the buying process, we know that they're looking for red Nike men's running shoes. So they've already done their research, they know exactly what they want to buy. So we're showing them a really highly relevant ad at this point, which gets us a very high probability of conversion at the lowest cost. Just a brief snippet from a Google Ads account just showing spend, and again this is how we manage to find these terms, these long tail keyword terms. Leveraging Google. So these long tail terms which we form from this data, from our brains and from our software, we plug in to this equation here. So your ad rank, which is your position on Google, is determined by your maximum CPC, which is the maximum amount you would bid for a click in the auction which happens every time someone types in a keyword, multiplied by your quality score. And the quality score is what it says Google secret sauce for rewarding. So Google assigns a quality score to an advertiser who offers the best experience for the Google user. So the reason why Google is the most valuable company on earth, why they're the best search engine, is because they're consistently looking for the most relevant data to put in front of searcher, and this applies to ads as well. So an advertiser with the highest quality score could actually arrive at position 1 paying less than advertiser 2 and advertiser 3, even though they're bidding more. So how do we do this? How do we manage to deliver the right ad for the right keyword term? Well, most good advertisers arrive at this kind of structure where they have a broad campaign, and then within that they set up ad groups for certain services. So a good one will have a campaign entitled plumbing. A bad one will have a campaign entitled plumbing, and then they may have one ad group, and they may put every conceivable keyword in that ad group. So leaking pipes, boiler broken, block drain, and they'll all trigger the same ad within this ad group. A more decent advertiser will have plumbing in location X, or they may say plumbing, leaking pipes. Then they might break this down into an area, so they might say leaking pipes Milton Keynes, leaking pipes Hertfordshire, and then they'll throw all the keywords into here. Slightly better, but still not what we're doing. And they're doing this because it's convenient, and they're working within the Google user interface, which is designed in such a way to only allow advertisers to go so far. They'll keep making a number of mistakes. They won't be getting it perfect, because this way Google's making more money off of the advertisers, because they're not achieving a perfect quality score. So how can we beat 99% of advertisers? Well, we have our own software, and it allows us to perform at the 1% level for our clients, and we call this the one-on-one method. So we break down a campaign. So we look at the account is for a plumber, the campaign is a leaking pipe, and we might look at leaking pipes in Milton Keynes, leaking pipes in Hertfordshire, and then for each keyword we throw up an ad. So someone might type leaking pipe, emergency plumber, and we'll throw up an ad, emergency plumber in Milton Keynes for leaking pipes. So it's completely relevant to that search every single time. And our software allows us to do this. We operate within the Google interface, but we import all of this data in there. So we set this up outside of Google, and we bring this in. And through the ways which Google has allowed us to do this, it's perfectly fine to do it this way. But it then builds this beautiful campaign structure with thousands of keywords, thousands of ads. So if you're interested in implementing this method, then I encourage you to speak to me further about it. You'll also benefit from all of our existing data. We can start getting you leads immediately, and we have a way of working with you so that you only pay per lead. You have no leads, then we offer a full money back guarantee. So we're looking for a partner in your industry and in your area, and we'd be delighted to work with you. So just don't hesitate to reach out if you have any more questions.